Mic check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, what's up? Welcome to Thursday Night Live. We're doing Psycho Nitro Blast in celebration of Psycho Nitro Blast getting ready to happen. So yeah, Racetime Entertainment's putting it on this weekend down in Tennessee. Catching on live RC, I'm sure they'll be hosting it. We'll keep the lobby open right now for some practice. Let people finish their qualifying. Racing usually goes live around 9:15, 9:30. Watch them burn some laps. Or watch them be practicing. Get a crowd. and it's 9 o'clock. We're going to get everything together and start sorting out the mains and Nite. Rack's open for about 10 more minutes of practice.
Looking for you, I'm always looking for you. I brushed it off, pushed aside, but I couldn't help. I was looking for you, yeah, I was looking for you. I have my hands around it, I have the silence in the room, just a figure in the dark. As if you're big for the stars. If I fall, you kiss me. Back up on my bed. See the strength inside of me.
Alright, we are going to get the main set up, but we're going to leave practice. Hang tight. If you're hanging out in VRC stream, we're about to get underway with the Psycho Nitro Blast. Double A mains, 15 minutes long, trying to keep the group tight. Let's see how it works out. We're going to try something new here. Kind of new. So with the double A mains, you're going to get a lot of more heads-up racing, hopefully not as many lapped people. Also, they're guaranteed to take a pit stop, so that makes it a little bit more interesting. So we got practice going right now. We got Gary Crowell coming over the back double. Al Smith making his way through the whoops. And over the Works Racing Wall of Terror. Over the triple feature. I need a new mic. We're going to go live with the C main 9:30 p.m. EST in about 15 minutes while these guys get warmed up, practiced up, the last little touches in their setups. Big old jump, let's go. Psycho Nitro Blast, home of some of the biggest air action. Looks like we finally got some more cars up in here for practice. Heck yeah. Gonna get going here in about 10 minutes. Something like that. Look at that big air Psycho Nitro is all about. So Gary battling it out. Joe Giddy. Gary Crowell. Oh, pile up on the Works Racing ramp. They got straightened back out. Now they're going again. Things are getting heated up here in this practice at the Psycho Nitro Blast 2 on VRC Pro. If you don't play the simulator, you should. Check out the battle. Oh, Gary blipping up on the wall. Oh, whoa. We got a full lobby here in practice now. About 10 more minutes left of practice, and then we will get this thing rolling. About 7 minutes left here in practice. Al Smith coming in for a pit. Looks like everybody's going in pit here. About to get this thing rolling, about to shut the server down, close practice, get the C main set up here at PNB 2019 Virtual RC Thursday Night Live. This stream is brought to you by no sponsors, but if you would like to sponsor us, please do give us an email. Shoot us an email. That Works Racing Wall has taken many victims today. We'll find out who gets taken out with it in the mains in just a moment. Stay tuned. Alright, it is time for the C main here at Psycho Nitro Blast on VRC Live with your Thursday Night Live crew. We got Tony Hirsch, Bobby Andring, Gary Sundam, and Robert Davis in the lobby so far. Getting warmed up. I'm going to give them just a few more minutes to warm up, see if Hayden Boyd shows up. Just in case they didn't get no practice time, I'll give them just a couple minutes. If you're hanging out on the stream, do appreciate it. Welcome. Hope you're all having a good night for Psycho Nitro Blast. If you've ever been to Psycho, what's been your favorite moments? The 24-hour practice, the nearly round-the-clock racing, or back in the day it was round-the-clock? Or is it the cosplay with the monsters, man? I mean, they got a pretty dope setup. Pretty dope. Give them about 2 more minutes before we get this main going. We are doing a 10-minute C main tonight. Depending on how they drive, they could have to refuel. You'll never know. We'll find out here in just a minute. 2 will bump every round, double 15-minute A mains. Want to keep the racing tight, keep it fun. No downtime in between the A mains. It's going to be fun. We're going to see how it works out. Hayden Boyd, if you're watching the stream, we are waiting on you. If you're not going to be here, that's cool too. Alrighty, let's get this thing rolling. Ten minutes. Fuel them up, boys. Fuel them up. Oh, fuck. Hold up. Shoot. Excuse my language. 1 second, guys. We fixed the race time. 1 second, boys. Excuse me. Oh gosh. Get him back in there. Sorry about that call. Get him back in there. Alright, we got them all in here. Let's try this again. This is your C main here at the PNB Thursday Night Live. 10 minutes to battle it out. 10 momentos. We got Tony Hirsch sitting on the number 1 spot. Adrian, number 2. Davis and Sundman. Down and quiet. Let's go. All right, Tony Hirsch out in the lead. This is a long race, so let's see how it unfolds. Tony Hirsch coming over the feature. Looks like we got Gary Sundman and Davis battling out for the number 2 spot. Remember, 2 bump tonight here in the C main to go to the B main. Hirsch trying to get out, making a little lead. Trying to secure a spot early here at the C main. Psycho Nitro Blast, Thursday night live on VRC. Tony Hirsch coming through the whoops again. Robert Davis, your number 2 spot, battling out with Gary Sundman still. But Andrew says, you guys race it out. I'm hanging out here, waiting for that spot to open up. Hirsch over the triple. Barely making it, casing it. There's your battle leaders. Or your number 2 bump spot battle. They are keeping it tight. Oh, that takes that away. Okay. Here we go. Your number 2 bump spot battle down the stretch. Tony Hirsch cruising. Sundman making up time over the whoops. Hirsch is over the wall. Gary Sundman trying to secure that number 2 bump spot here in the C main to the B main. Bobby Andring making it around town. Tony Hirsch coming through the S section here over the step up U-turn down the front stretch. That's your leader. Through the whoops, your number 2 bump spot, Gary Sundman. Davis still right behind him. He says, you better not mess up. Sundman over the feature. Tony Hirsch through the S section, humpback. That's what I'll call it, at least. Over the double. Step up U-turn. Down the stretch. He's looking to secure it. 6.5 to go. Gary Sundman right behind him. Looking to catch up. Robert Davis not far behind. Anything can happen here in the C main. Psycho Nitro Blast. From the rostrum. Tony Hirsch. Securing that bump spot. Keeping it smooth. These big wood ramps. Huge jumps. It's not natural. It's freak-like. It only belongs to Psycho Nitro Blast. Your leader down the stretch, Gary Sundman. Still holding out. Bobby Andring made a move on Davis now. We got a battle for the 3rd spot. Tony Hirsch casing a little bit on that jump, coming up to the feature. Does he have enough speed? He still made it clean. Gary Sundman still trying to make up some time, coming over the single. Around the U-turn. Look at him fly. Here's your battle for the number 3 spot. Bobby Adring and Davis. Davis crashing off the table. Adring able to get by. Over the hump back to the double. Your battle for that number 3 spot right here. Adring looking to lock it in. Down the stretch they go. Here's your leader over the wall. Number 2 bump spot, Gary Sundman. Coming over the whoops. Tony Hirsch over the humpback, looking to make the C main bump. He is locked in. He's on cruise. What can he do? They can only hope that he either runs out of fuel or really messes up here. Gary Sundman down the stretch, trying to make some time up on him. Bobby Adring locking in that number 3 spot on Davis. Pulling ahead just a little bit. Tony Hirsch wrecked a little bit there, I think. Oh, he's blipping up over the pipe a little bit, but I guess it didn't catch him to score it. Over the feature. He's letting Sundman catch up just a little bit. Meow. There's your number 3 spot. Bobby Adring. Tony Hirsch pitting just to be safe. He thinks he has enough time to get that fuel in. Gary Sundman down the stretch. Sundman says, I'm not going to take a pit. I'm going to risk it. 3 minutes left to go here in the C main. Can Sundman make it without taking a pit? Tony Hirsch right behind him. Was that a good move on Hirsch? Can he still lock in the win here at the C main and keep his number 2 bump spot? Because Adring right behind him, about to go over the wall through the whoops. Someone over the humpback, excuse me. Over the double. Tony Hirsch is wide open, trying to catch up to him. Blipping up though. We got Adring. Davis. Hirsch down the front stretch. He's making time on Sundman. Oh, Sundman blipped up. Tony Hirsch taking the lead spot. Both of them over the wall here. We got a good battle going on for your lead spot here in the C main. Tony Hirsch skipping jumps. Let's see if he's going to have to marshal. He had to marshal. Looks like Sundman get to pull out, get a little bit comfortable again. Tony Hirsch struggling to hold together here, but he's still in that number 2 bump spot. Will still get to battle out in the 12-minute B main. Oh, Sundman having to take a pit, and Hirsch goes by him. 1 minute, 15 seconds here in the C main. Will Bobby Adring have to pit? We will find out. Robert Davis coming down the front stretch. Moving up to your 3rd spot. Gary Sundman's back on track. Davis right behind him. Hirsch pulling away that lead again. 1 minute to go here in the C main. 2 bumps. Tony Hirsch, Gary Sundman trying to hold it in. Sundman over the single through the S section. Your leader coming down the stretch. That's Tony Hirsch looking to make that number 1 bump spot. 30 seconds left to go. Probably the last lap for Tony here. It's looking like it's going to be the last time over this feature here at the PNBC main Thursday Night Live. Through the S section, your leader, Tony Hirsch, Gary Sunman, trying to play the risky game and not make a pit, but he is going to possibly take that number 2 spot if he can hold it together here, coming over the feature. Tony Hirsch coming down the front stretch. That is your C main winner, Tony Hirsch. And taking that number 1 bump spot to the B main, Sunman. Coming down the front stretch. Here's your number 2 bump spot to the B main here tonight at your PNB Thursday Night Live. Great race. Good job, everybody. We're going to take a short break, get the other main to get the B main together, and we'll be right back.
Playing with fire, everyone burns in the end.
for the B main. If you're watching the stream, you are Steve Belogian, Michael Thompson, Jordan Church, Joe Mark Pick is in here. Brian Trim. You guys are here. Let's get it rolling. Otherwise, I'm gonna bump up the other two from the B, or from the C. Gonna give them about 2 more minutes to show up. If they don't show up, I'm gonna pull the other two from the C main, and we're gonna get this thing rolling. Brian Trim, Michael Thompson, Steve Belogian. I don't know how to say your name, man. If you could just tell me one day, that'd be great. Alright, let's get the other two C main drivers up in there if we can. And for Joel, thank you. We will give him time to restart and troubleshoot. Give him about 5 more minutes. See if he don't tell him to restart his computer and his internet and stuff. Oh, he got in. Cool deal. Alright. A couple minutes of warm-up time here, guys. For the people who had to set out for a little bit. Alright guys, remember this is a 12-minute race. You will need to make a pit stop 100%. Think about it. About 2 more minutes and then we're going to get it rolling. 2 minutes. 2 minutes and we're going live with the loop. Can Tony make the B to the A? Can Sundman keep the pressure on? We will all unfold here on the B main. PNB Thursday night live over the Works Racing wall right now. Man, we got a battle down here. This ought to be fun. Here we come. Alrighty. Let's get it rolling. Fuel them up, fuel them up, fuel them up. Alright. Down and quiet on the tone. Less than 5. Here we go. Looks like we got Hirsch and Joe Mark Bica battling out for the #1 spot off the jump. Over the whoops. Remember, this is a 12-minute race, guys. Don't lose it on the first lap. And don't forget to make a pit stop. Look at this field stacked. Let's go. Tony Hirsch leading it out right now. Bumping from the C main. Putting it on these racers tonight. Over the hump back, we got the whole field tight. Looking good. Oh, Tony Hirsch blipping up. Welch making it by. Down the front stretch, Gary Sunman. Blipping up Welch. Joe Mark Bica. Carlson. Oh, Hirsch getting off the track again. Welch coming through the S section over the Works Racing wall. Getting a little bit loose. We got a mid-pack race going on down here. Let's check it out. Over the feature. Man, look at that. That was nice. That was nice. Love the Psycho Nitro Blast. Big jumps, a lot of action. Here's your leader coming down the front stretch. Hirsch blipping up, pushing a little bit hard, man. Just remember, this is a long race. Got a while to go. Joe Mark Bica, #2 spot. #2 bump spot. Your leader coming over the Works Racing wall. There's your leader coming down the front stretch here in your B main. Psycho Nitro Blast. 2.5 minutes in. 9.5 to go. Joe Mark Bica, they're starting to pull away, but they do still have to make a pit stop that should tighten it up just a little bit. Steve, connection problems getting in the #3 spot. Looking to battle it out. Maybe make it to the A main. John Carlson right behind him, trailing him, trying to put the pressure on. Robert Davis through the whoops. #2 spot, Steve Beloja, #3, battling it out with Carlson, trying to hold him off. Oh, Carlson goes wide off the jump. Here's your leader coming over the feature. Joe Marthica, number 2 bump spot right now. Going a little bit wide, blipping up. Giving a little bit of margin for Steve in the battle for number 3 to catch up a little bit. Here's your leader down the front stretch. Looking to make a lap on Andring. Oh, Welch blipping. Joe Marthica coming down the stretch, gaining a little bit of time on him. Steve right behind him. Carlson trailing too. Your leader over the Works Racing wall here at the Cycle Nitro Blast. Number 2. VRC Live. VRC Pro, I'm sorry. Thursday Night Live. Number 2 spot. Only 2 will bump here from the B main. Steve Blodgett still trying to keep it smooth, see if he can't make up some time. Carlson right behind him. He says, I'm here if you make a mistake, buddy. Don't do it. Welch still trying to get that lap on Andring. Your leader over the Works Racing wall. Number 2 spot over the wall. The wall. Through the S section over the humpback. Kendall Welch. Showing up, looking to make that A-man. He said, I do not belong here. I belong with the big dogs, not on the front porch. Down the stretch as he screams by. 5.5 down. Looking to make some pit stops soon. Joe Marthica. Steve Blodgett. Oh, Welch blipping up on the big jump. Through the S section, Joe Marthica over the feature now. I left the music on. Whoops. Either way, Kendall Welch over the Works Racing wall. Joe Marthica, number 3 spot, Blodgett blipping up, trying to take an early pit. Carlson in for a pit. Hirsch out. When will Welch pit? We will find out. Looks like Welch is coming in this time along with Davis. Is this going to give enough time for Joe Marthica to pull up in the lead spot, or is he going to pit this lap as well? Well, looks like Marthica got the number 1 spot, but does he have the mileage to go the 10 minutes? When is he going to pit? Is he going to gain enough time? Marthica, Davis. Battling it out. Oh, Davis blipped up. Marthica in for pit. Will Welch. Welch gets the lead back. Welch through the whoops. Still says this number your number 2 spot. 8.5 down here in your B main. Thursday Night Live. Welch looking to lock in number 1. Joe Mark Vicka still isn't too far from behind him. Anything can happen. Anything. It's radio controlled racing. Davis going wide. Almost let Mark Vicka by, even though collisions aren't on. Number 1 spot. About to hit the triple. Number 2, Mark Vicka. Still not trailing from far behind. Gary Sundman looks like he's made up some time. Looks like we got some action in the chat. Al Smith saying MN boys 1 and 2. Let's get it. Let's go. Welch over the feature. Joe Mark Vicka right behind him, coming around the turn. Battling out with Sundman. Sundman is on the lead lap. They are gaining on your leader. They're only just a couple turns behind, 1 straightaway, 1 mistake. They'll be right up on Welch. Anything can happen here. 1 minute, 15 seconds left to go here in the B main. Psycho Nitro Blast Thursday Night Live. Here's your leader over the whoops and through the works racing wall. Here comes over the feature. Can he hold it together? Less than a minute to go. Number 1 spot, number 2 spot. Joe Mark Vicka looking to gain some time. Looks like number 1 are locked in. 1 and 2 are locked in for the bump. Tony Hirsch looks like number 3 spot, 40 seconds behind. Kendall Welch over the single. Blipping up. Where's Joe Mark Vicka over the wall? Welch is still going to try to make the feature. He does. 5 seconds left to go. This will be the final lap of the B main here for Welch. All he's got to do is hold it together through these last few turns and down the stretch. And he will be your number 1 bump spot from the B main to the A main. PNB Thursday Night Live. There's your number 1 bump spot winner. Number 2 coming down the stretch. Joe Mark Vicka. Kendall Welch, Joe Mark Vicka bumping to the A main. Hope you boys are ready to do it. They were on fire and ready to race. They came out not to play but to win. And Welch did it. Won the B main. We're going to shut the server down after the results display and get the A main set up. This ought to be good. Double A main, 15 minutes, no downtime between the A main. We're going to display the results and then we're going to start the race. So be ready, boys. Tighten the field up, keeping it good. Here it is, your B main results. Nitro Blast 2, Thursday Night Live. Kendall Welch, Joe Mark Vicka bumping. Congratulations. We will be right back with your A main. Alright, we're just waiting for a few more people to join up. If you're watching the stream, we are waiting on Joe Mark Bicca. And after that, we will see who all we could fit in here. Alright. Got two spots. If you were in the B main watching the stream, the first two in from the B main gets the race. Do a little different. If you're paying attention, if you're watching the Discord. One more spot. Gonna give you 2 minutes to fill it out. If we don't fill it out, we're gonna run it. Tony is coming. Okay, we'll lay it for Tony then. All right. All right. Remember, guys. Back-to-back 15-minute mains. I'm hitting start race after the display of results. So fuel up after that and be ready to go. Alright, let's qualify. We're gonna run a quick little qualifier to set the field heel. I can't talk tonight, man. We're gonna run a quick little qualifier to set the field here. So y'all get 34 minutes of racing tonight. Amen, guys. Congratulations, y'all made it here. Whether it be by paying attention to the stream, paying attention to the Discord, or wow, by bumping. Alright, looks like the loop is live. Once you cross it. Just want to thank everybody for coming out tonight and racing. It's been a lot of fun. Been a lot of good racing. Let me know how you think. What do you think about the times on the mains? Especially with Nitro, just to keep it interesting. We're trying to feel out some things. Next week we do have Al Smith's request, C-Netic E-Buggy, so make sure you guys qualify for that and be here next Thursday night. C-Netic is an ugly, big, nasty, hard track. It's going to be a lot of fun, a lot of chaos. It ought to be interesting nonetheless. Alright, 2 minutes down on this qualifier, 2 minutes to go. Right now, your TQ is Gary Crowell with 2 laps. Joe Giddy, only about a second and a half behind. Al Smith trailing right behind him. Kendall Welch looking like he's settling in 4th place, but we can find out here in 2 minutes. I see you, Giddy. Chat's calling Giddy out. Here he goes over the feature. Gary Crowell, your TQ so far. 1.5 to go. One minute left. Your qualifier for your A main here. Psychonitro Blast Thursday night live. Your TQ through the S section. I don't know, that's not an S. What would you call that? Works Racing Wall. Here we go. Welch, your bump spot. Alright, time is up. Finish your lap. When the software says you're done, you are done. Fuel them up and we will get it rolling. Alright, we got your TQ, Gary Crowell, Joe Giddy number 2, Al Smith 3rd, Joel Lee, Kendall Welch, Nick Sublett, Joe Markvicka, Tony Hirsch, and Robert Davis. Fuel them up, fuel them up. We are going to get this thing rolling here in just a second. Here's qualifying results. Alright. Here we go. Double 15-minute A mains. Thursday Night Live, Psycho Nitro Blast. If you couldn't make it to the big race, you could do it online with VRC Pro. And with us every Thursday. Ask about the Discord if you're not in it. Alright, down to quiet on the tone. And here we go. Let's go racing. Alright, Joel Lee making it out in front with Gary Crowell. Coming over the first big feature jump here in this 15-minute A main, number 1. Through the S section over the hump back. They're battling out for that number 1-2 spot. Down the front stretch, that's your number 1 and 2 spot. 3 and 4 right behind him, keeping it close. Kendall Welch and Mark Vicka not too far behind. Joey showing up, says, I haven't raced in a while. I'm going to do something tonight against these guys. Taking that whole shot. Coming over the feature with Gary Crowell, your number 3 and number 4 right behind them. Oh, number 1 and 2 blipping up, and there goes Giddy taking that number 2 spot. Crowell still up front. Smith taking 3rd, and Lee number 4. We got a good race here at PMB from the start. 2 minutes down, 13 to go. Your leaders over the whoops and through over the works racing wall. Over the feature together. They held it together. Al Smith, Joel Lee. Al blipped it up. Over the double, there's your leader. Coming down the front stretch here in just a second. Crowell, Giddy, Lee, Smith. Number 4 spot. Number 5, Joe Mark Vicka coming down the stretch. He's not too far behind. Kendall Welch says, I'm knocking on your door. Nick Sublett, don't count me out. Passing Mark Vicka right now, taking that number 5 spot. Number 1 and number 2 about to hit the feature jump with Lee right behind him. Top 3 battle out. Psycho Nitro Blast here on not live RC. I can't talk again. Psycho Nitro Blast here on Thursday Night Live. The next best thing to the real race. Joe Giddy taking that lead spot from Gary Crowell right now. Come down the stretch. Over the corner turn. Over the corner table. Through the backwards P over the whoops. They're battling out for that 1 and 2 spot. Still 11 minutes to go here in your first A main of 2. Joel Lee coming over the step-up U-turn. Coming down the stretch, still holding down 3rd. Al Smith not too far behind. Gideon Crowell battling it out, making this super interesting battle for the lead. Over the works racing wall, making way on lap traffic. They really are. They have been battling since the beginning, man. They are here to race. Crowell matching his moves. Over the step-up U-turn, down the front stretch. That's your number 1 and 2 spot. Joel Lee not too far behind. He's knocking on the door. Through the backwards P over the loop. Over the whoops. What? Over the loop. Works racing wall. That's your leader blipping up. Crowell blows by him. He didn't gain too much time on Giddy, but it's not over yet. Still a lot of racing to go here. 10 minutes to go. Looks like Hirsch is out on the track. If you can hear me, try to pull that thing into the pit. Unless you DC'd. We got Crowell, Giddy, Lee, all battling out for that number 1 spot. Al Smith coming down the stretch, battling what looks to be... Oh, that's Davis. I'm sorry, he's down. He's down a lap. Sorry, Davis. Hopefully you can make it up in the pit. There's your 1 through 3 right here, making a huge battle for your P&B race tonight. Let's make some noise. Oh, Lee going flying off. Lee tumbling off on that feature right there. That's really gonna hurt his time. Crowell. Giddy and Crowell still battling out, man. Giddy flipped up just a few minutes ago, but he's still right there. He's answering everything Crowell has to say. Joe Lee's making up some time now. Still trying to close he's reeling them in, man. Just turn after turn. He's trying to make up time. He's trying to keep it smooth. But Giddy and Crowell are on a whole nother pace right now. Battling out, keeping it fast. Through the backwards P over the whoops. Pit stops are coming. We'll find out what's going to happen here soon. We are 7 minutes in this 15-minute main number 1. Well, Joel going off the track again on that center feature. Crown Giddy over up the step-up U-turn down the front stretch here. This is your leader making a pit stop. Giddy staying out. He's saying, I'm going to try to keep some time, try to make up some time, get a little cushy before I take my pit stop. Crowell now a few turns behind Lee, now in the number 2 spot. Can he hold off Gary Crowell long enough? And can he do it long enough for Giddy to make a pit and get out still on the lead? That's your leader right here, right behind Sublet. Joe Giddy coming down the front stretch. Joe Lee, your number 2 spot. Gary Crowell, he's already made his pit, so now he's going to take that number 2 spot. Joe Giddy still risking it for the biscuit. Did Giddy already pit? That's the question. Did he already pit? I didn't see him pit. There's number 2 spot not far behind Giddy if he does pit soon, which is coming this lap. Here comes your number 1 leader in the pit. Gary Crowell taking the number 1 spot now. Taking the earlier pit, paid off a little bit for him. He retook first place, but Joe Giddy's only 1 turn behind. So anything can happen. It could tighten back up. 9.5 down here. Main number 1, Psycho Nitro Blast. Thursday Night Live. That's your leader coming over the feature. Number 2 spot, still trying to reel him in. Over the whoops. And over the Works Racing wall. Which is now the J Concepts wall. Crowell, your number 1 spot. Joe Giddy reeling him in right here in the S section over the hump back. Sublet letting him by, it looks like, or blipped up. Giddy tapping the pipe, but it's not slowing him down too much. Crowell down the stretch. Jolie over the step-up U-turn. Anything can still happen here. 4 minutes to go in this first A main. Oh, Giddy blipping up. Crowell gaining some cushion. Here comes your number 2 spot. Down the stretch. Number 3 over the step-up U-turn. Your leader through the backwards P, Gary Crowell. Trying to lock in this number 1 spot for the first main. Here's Psycho Nature Blast 2 on VRC Pro. Can JG pull it out? He's not far behind. Gary is a robot, though, once he gets consistent. Looks like Smith and Welch battling it out for the number 4 spot. Welch and Smith through the backwards P over the whoops. Over the racing wall. That was your 1, 2, and 3. How much time? Great race. They got 1 minute and 20 seconds left here in this number 1 main of double mains. Gary Crowd, Joe Giddy, Jolie. It's your 1, 2, and 3. Only a total of 7 seconds spread out between the 3 from the leader. This has been a pretty good race. I appreciate it. We have 1 more main to go, 15 minutes. As soon as these results display, we will refuel and get them rolling again as the field stands. 30 seconds to go. This will be your last lap for your leader unless he could pull out some wicked witch stuff. Number 3 spot coming down the stretch, Joel Lee. Alright, Gary Crowell coming up the step up U-turn. And down the front stretch to lock in that first win. Here, Thursday Night Live, Psycho Nitro Blast. Congratulations, Gary, for being that #1 winner. Joe Giddy, your #2 spot. Let's get these results displayed and roll in with the next main. We're rolling with how the field sets. Here's your results. Fuel them up. GC is a machine, dude. Once he gets on that rhythm, it's hard to get him off, and it's hard to get around him. We'll find out. Here we go, main #2. 15 minutes. Gary Crowell making the lead. Lee, second spot right now. Looking like Giddy. Falling behind on the start here. Oh yeah, Al got kicked. Sorry guys, restart. I didn't realize he got kicked. Restart. Al got kicked. Alright, fill him up. Alright, Al. Alright, let's get it rolling again. Sorry about that. Just like in real racing, restarts happen. "20 seconds till we get this main rolling again." Thanks everybody for hanging out in the stream. Thanks everybody for coming out racing. You guys are awesome. Kicked again. Let's do this. I'm just going to restart the lobby. Give me just a second. Oh, I spelled the password wrong. Psycho is the password. PSYCO, guys. If you're in the A main. Alright, let's get everybody back in here. Hopefully I don't get kicked this time. Apparently I was jumping the gun. You gotta wait a few seconds to get started. So I should have 8 if you're in here. I think Tony left. That resets the field too. We're gonna roll with it, even though the field's gonna be reset differently. I do apologize. Working out the kinks here. Waiting on one more. Who are we missing? Nick Stubble. That's who it was. Yep. Okay. All right. Let's get it rolling. It'll make it interesting to have the pack mixed up. All right, here we go. Main number 2, Psycho Nitro Blast in less than 5. All right, we got our top 3 settled out after the start. Gary Crowell getting the whole shot. Al Smith, it got way mixed up here. Crowell, Lee, Giddy, your 1, 2, 3 again. Lee blipping up on the backside of that jump for a second over the step up U-turn. Here's your leader coming down the stretch. Jolie second. Giddy third. Al Smith fourth. Welch right behind him. What a battle for the second A main at the start here. Crowell still holding him off. Giddy knocking on the door. Smith makes a pass on Lee. Can he hold him off? Welch hanging in there as well with the big dogs. Crowell, Giddy, Lee, Smith, Welch all battling it out right now. 2 minutes in. Jolie blipping up right before the step up horseshoe. Crowell, Giddy, 1, 2, and 3, all over the whoops. About to hit the wall. Four and 5 battling it out. Welch looking like he's taking the number 1 spot from Smith at the moment, but he blips up on that double before the feature, and Smith retakes this position. Crowell roboting it. Giddy trying to put the pressure on. Lee's knocking on the door as well. Only a total of 3 seconds between the 3, between 1 and 3. Crowell making his way on Davis. Over the feature. Al Smith blipped up on the Works Racing wall. Crowell coming over the double. That's your leader. Down the stretch. Number 2 spot. Number 3 spot right behind. Four minutes down, 11 minutes to go. Drivers, we start thinking about their pit stops here soon. Here comes your top 3 over the single. Over the feature. Big old triple. Gotta love the big air. Number 4 spot, Welch. Making some cushion between him and Al. Your leader down the stretch. Number 2 spot, Joe Giddy. Jolie. Five down. 10 to go. Can they keep it up? Pit stops are coming. Should mix the field up just a little bit. Putting a little bit of strategy to the racing. Your leader making some cushion. Joel Lee taking that number 2 spot from Giddy at the moment. Coming over the single for the feature. There's your leader. Number 2 spot. Number 3 spot. Alrighty. 7 minutes down. Your second A main. Psycho Nitro Blast. Pit stops are a real thing. Getting ready to happen any moment, any lap. This field can get flipped. Gary blipping up on the tabletop. Coming off the feature. Giving Giddy just a little bit more reel in. Time to pit. Time to pit, time to flip. We'll see how the field stacks out with their strategy. Looks like Gary Crowell going to try to stay out a little bit longer than he did last time. Jolie making the first pit, it looks like. Crowell still your leader. Number 2 spot, Giddy. And Jolie, number 3 spot. Crowell over the double. Over the feature. Joe Giddy at the wall. Joel Lee reeling in Joe Giddy. Tapping off the tire. Crowell looks like he's making this pit. Will that give Giddy enough time? I don't think so. Crowell's going to keep this cushy lead coming out of the pits. What a strategy. 9 minutes on a tank. Jolie reeling in Giddy, trying to take this number 2 spot, trying to catch up to Gary, hoping he makes up a mistake. But the robot is cut on. He flipped the switch and he said, let's go. I won that first main, I'm taking it home. Giddy, just a few turns behind. Here's your leader down the stretch. Number 2 spot over the step-up horseshoe. Joel right behind him down the stretch. Number 4 spot right here. Al Smith looking good. Trying to keep it clean. Trying to reel him in. Focusing on his own lines. He's got open air, clean air. He can really tune it in. 5 to go here left in this last main. And Gary Crowell has really stepped up tonight, showing what he's got. Showing that he loves the Psycho Nitro Blast mayhem. Number 2 spot coming over the table corner. Your leader about to hit the wall. Number 3 right behind Giddy. Trying to reel him in still. My redneck's coming out, so hang on, boys. Gary Crowell, your leader. Joe Giddy, just a few turns behind, waiting on him to blip up. Jolie reeling him in. These boys are keeping it robot consistency tonight. Not many mistakes out of your top 3. That's what it's all about, though. Crowell coming in 2 mains back to back. Keeping it consistent, keeping it smooth. You got to be on all 4 to win a race. And that's how Crowell showed you tonight. Consistency is key. You can see Gary Crowell's lap times in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen here. You can see he's consistently in that 45-44 second range. You can see when he messed up 51 seconds. It's the 1 lap. Oh, he blipped up just a little bit there off the double coming over the feature. Joe Giddy over the feature. Jolie as well. It's your 1, 2, and 3. Here at your Psycho Nitro Blast Thursday Night Live. 3 minutes to go. Still anything can happen. Anything can happen right now. Crowell's engine can break. That can happen in this simulator. His engine can literally break. It's possible. Joe Giddy reeling him in along with Joel Lee. Still trying to... Oh, Joel Lee blipping up right on the backside there. Joe Giddy blipping up on the wall. Giving Crowell some more breathing room. Looking like Ryan Mayfield at the DNC 2019. That's your leader down the stretch. 1 minute, 15 seconds left to go. "45 seconds. Your leader coming up the step-up U-turn. Joe Giddy, number 2, coming over the double, battling out with Joel Lee still for that number 2 spot. Crowd blipping up on the single. Little by little, he's giving Joe Giddy some time. 15 seconds to go. This will be your last lap at your Thursday Night Live. Psycho Nitro Blast. Here's your leader over the biggest jump in the place. Blipping it up on the last lap. What can happen here? Can Joe Giddy catch up through the S section? Your leader over the humpback. Over the double. Crowd coming over the step-up U-turn for the last time. Here, Thursday Night Live, Psycho Nitro Blast, double A main winner, Gary Crowell. Congratulations. Joe Giddy holding it out, battling out real hard all night long, along with Joel Lee. That top 3 had a good race going most of the night. Congratulations, Gary Crowell. See if I can get a little interview with him. Unbeatable. The robot, Gary Crowell, coming out. Double A main winning. How'd you do it, man?
I had a lot of practice here. I also started with like Martin Walenka's setup, and I tried Joel's. I just had a nice setup that I could cruise around with.
Yeah, man. You looked good out there. You really showed what you got tonight. E-Buggy on C-Netic. How you feeling about it next week? That track is brutal.
E-Buggy on C-Netic. I'm excited. Hal's excited too, I bet.
All right, man. Well, congratulations. That was good racing all night long. So we'll see you next week.
Yeah. Looking forward to it.
See ya. All right, if you're watching the stream, if you're hanging out, if you race tonight, if you're in the Discord, we appreciate you coming back next week. Make sure you qualify for C-Netic, E-Buggy. Get your practice in. Someone's got to take out Gary. He's too much of a robot. You guys really got to get out here and beat this dude. So, yeah, again, thanks everybody for racing. Thanks everybody for watching the stream. Make sure you share the stream. Make sure you like the stream. Make sure you share the Discord and the Facebook and all that crap so that we can get more people out here. Let's see an F main one day. Anyways, I'm out. Stay fast. Keep it real. Thursday Night Live.